And, I actually like transgenders in the military, too, because, first of all, transgenders are some of the meanest people on planet Earth, so they'd make a good soldier, don't you think? And then, second of all, transgenders love to do mass shootings. So, that's perfect for a military veteran. And then on top of that, the suicide rate is incredibly high among transgender people, so we could just use them like the Taliban has suicide bombers. Maybe you guys can actually, if you commit suicide, actually help us in the battlefield.
Welcome back, and thanks for choosing to hang out with your host, the Conservative Bird, and me, Double D. And today we got a special guest for you, marketing strategist from one of the Trump teams, Jim Scully, and you're on the Brick Road Podcast.
Hey, welcome for the first time,
Thanks,
Jimmy.
everyone. Thank you. I'm honored to be a part of the Brick Road family.
Yes, sir. First time, huh?
It is. I believe it's the first time. There'll be many more to come.
Many more to come. Many more. So what are we going to talk about today, guys?
Well, I think we should talk about all the loser liberal comedians who seem to be losing their jobs.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It seems like it's the death of the shock jocks, for real.
It is. Shock jocks have dropped like a bad habit.
Unless you're Anthony Cumia, because he just got a job in New York radio. So I think the country is realizing that real, authentic shock jock was great. This fake, woke, forced comedy that was never really popular. Now people are done with it, and they're losing money. So it's time to go back to real comedy and not whatever the hell we were doing the last 15 years.
Yeah.
I'll just be happy with comedy that makes us laugh.
So, yeah,
Exactly.
I mean, the main reason we came to this, though, was because of Howard Stern. And the fact that he was such a powerhouse in that niche of audience. He was the Michael Jordan, the Mike Tyson, the Michael, whatever. He was that.
Hulk Hogan.
The Hulk Hogan. He was that of the shock jocks. If you thought, you didn't even have to know what shock jock was. You knew who Howard Stern was. It doesn't matter how you look at it. I remember as a kid growing up, and my mom would be listening to Howard Stern, and I remember them going to see the movie when we were kids and everything. So it's like everybody knew who Howard Stern was, and it's crazy how he went to this hill of far left liberalism and just wanted to die on it for some reason.
You know what I don't understand, Bird? How did the king of all media, all right, a name that was not only given to him by himself, was also given to him by the public. How did the king of all media become the delicate queen of the basement? Seriously, when did that happen and how?
COVID.
But really, it's like, or is it something deeper than that? Is somebody pulling Howard's strings? You know what I'm saying? Because that's got to be more than just COVID. Everybody fell for that. At least 70% of the country fell for it for the first couple of weeks.
Yeah, for sure.
This guy, he went from being one of the funniest dudes on the planet to the lamest comedian on the planet. There's a whole slew of them now, but he leads the pack, that's for sure.
Jimmy, you're a little bit younger than me. So Howard Stern was on regular radio when I was a kid. I'm pretty sure he wasn't on Sirius XM by the time you were a kid, right?
Well, he was on Sirius XM, or not, sorry, he was on local New York radio. I think he was just so popular it exploded, and then he got the deal with Sirius XM.
Okay, because I remember
but that was when I was kind of younger in the 2000s. Yeah, he was on Sirius. He was popular still when I was a kid. He had a lot of very edgy interviews with celebrities, whatever, chaotic episodes that were fun and edgy. And when Trump won in 2016, he was working with Hillary. She went on a show to promote her campaign.
Yep.
I think they were going to promise him a pardon, or they had something on him, because that guy went from being one of the most entertaining, dude culture shock jocks to being like a whiny liberal, screeching bitch.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And just that's the only way I could describe it. And that's why you have people like the Joe Rogans, the whole podcast world, because everyone who was on some corporate network like Sirius XM or Stephen Colbert on CBS, they were forcing propaganda. It wasn't organic, funny comedy.
Right.
And eventually people will sniff that out. And that Joe Rogan's the most popular thing in media right now.
Without
And you
a
have all
doubt.
the podcasts that follow him. And then all the other comedians that are getting famous through avenues like Kill Tony rather than, corporate PR-friendly
scumbags.
Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
Yeah.
I heard Saturday Night Live's on the verge of getting canceled. I don't know if it's true or not. But I seen that like they're in a lot of hot water right now, which is crazy because they've been around longer than Howard Stern.
Oh, they've been around since 1973, I think, or 74.
Right. And I
They've been around, maybe 75. I know it was the early 70s because I was like under the age of 10.
Think of
And
how
I
many
remember
great
watching
comedians came through there, right? And
Dan Aykroyd, Belushi.
just like
you name
Howard
it.
Stern with their show, they went on this liberal hill to die as well. And it's like nobody finds their styles of comedy funny anymore. None of it's funny, and they just
Well, because
still
we
do
have
not
the
seem to
internet.
understand that. They don't seem to understand it. Like you're not building an audience. Like you're turning people away from your content.
It just makes you wonder, how does this guy who was the author of Private Parts and probably one of the most funny, offensive dude movies of all time, Butt Bongo Fiesta, now all of a sudden, how do you go from Butt Bongo Fiesta to liberal woke, get your shot 3 times a year and hiding in your basement and do what we told you? We're not.
Right.
He went from I ain't gonna do anything that you tell me, and I'm gonna do everything the opposite of what you tell me. I'm gonna piss everybody off to how can I make you happy today? I mean, dude, he's like a neutered dog.
Right?
They neutered him.
He's like he's just like Rage Against the Machine. He decided to rage for the machine.
Yeah, he's definitely raging for the machine. Definitely raging for the machine. And
It's such a good analogy, the neutering, because it is when you see these men say the things they're saying, like, oh, trans rights or human rights, or it is like, did something happen to you? Did you lose all of your testosterone?
Right.
It's that beta male culture. And I don't understand why the people who were the biggest revolutionaries against beta male culture are becoming the biggest. And it's clearly there's someone has something on them, or Sirius XM's like, hey, you have to say this, this, and this, and you're fired.
Right.
I mean, I can't think of any other reason.
I would think that's what it is. Either that or they really need testosterone from GNC really bad.
Yeah.
You might be
They
right
need to
about
get
that
everybody.
one.
Honestly, I think
TRT.
Howard does. Yeah, he needs a little. Yeah, what was that called again? The TR.
I know what you're talking about.
TRT.
Yeah, TRT.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what Rogan does. Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of people do.
That's
You replace your testosterone with the younger person's testosterone.
Right.
I use the GNC testosterone because it helps you work out in the morning, and you makes you feel a little more energetic. I think that's what Howard needs, and I'm not going to sit here and do a commercial for his testosterone
Man,
health.
forget that. At
Howard,
this point, no, at this point, he needs estrogen pills.
I think
he does.
I think he's already taking them.
I think he needs more. I think he needs more.
Well, then he's going to transition to become a woman.
Well, that's all
That's
right.
what happens.
Yeah.
That's what they do. Once they start taking the hormones, it's game over. You're liberal for life.
Then his name will be Howardina.
Howardina. Howardina Stern.
And isn't it just crazy how like everything he supports is like, oh, don't make fun of this, but he literally exploits Beetlejuice for the past 30 years.
Dude, he's been making fun of people
Which,
since
mind
the
you,
beginning.
Beetlejuice is probably a millionaire now because of it. But
Try being
still,
Stuttering John or try being Stuttering John or Baba Booey, man. You want
Right.
to talk about getting beat on.
right? Or try being the chick that they were fucking throwing hot dogs down her throat or whatever. That they had her come up to the office.
Dude, the guy literally made his career off of making fun of retarded people.
Right.
And now he's telling us not to make fun of retarded people.
Right.
Well, I'm sorry.
Because
They're hilarious. Retarded people are funny. It is what it is.
Hey,
We shouldn't be.
That's why
afraid to
Shane
laugh.
Gillis is so popular. Shane
Yeah.
Gillis did a bit on his family members with Down syndrome, and
Right.
he is the most fun people to talk to.
Yeah,
They're the most mentally well people.
He's like, they
'cause they're
literally
not
have no
worried about some
problems.
war.
He said they only
Well,
care
I'm sorry, I
about two
forgot.
things: John Cena and titties.
Yeah.
I forgot we're not supposed to use the R word anymore. My bad. The developmentally.
No, we're bringing it back. It's a part of the
Well, the party of the bring
Time
back.
baby. We're bringing
page
time back.
300. Page 342 of the Big Beautiful Bill, you can say retard, the F word, and the other one. I know Tom wants to get monetized, so I won't say it, but normally I would. I think I say it a lot.
I say it a lot.
Anytime. It's like a little kid. It's like a little kid, and your parents like, you can't have the cookies, so all you want is the cookies. So when they're like, you can't say this word, all I start doing is saying the word. It has nothing to do with I hate you or not. It's just I want to say the word now because it's funny. Because now a little like white liberal woman will get mad about something that has zero impact on her. It's entertaining, so I like to say it. I don't know.
It's
So when you're
hilarious.
watching Beetlejuice here, that gap is so wide in his mouth that all he has to do is just put the straw in between. You don't have to. You don't have to move it. It just slides right in there. I mean,
Yeah, he doesn't have to use the paper straws in New York City when they use them, and then you have to chug your drink or it's gone.
I feel like if
just
you have
sip
like
it.
a paper straw in a coffee, it's just gonna like melt down to nothing. Like it'll be like heavy.
apart.
Well, they just don't give you a straw; they just give you the lid.
That was another.
Yeah.
That was another sign that liberals are mentally ill. They thought that paper straws were gonna do something.
You know, they tried to do that in Gainesville. Like Gainesville was like a safe haven for Florida liberals during COVID.
Well,
And,
yeah, because of the college.
Yeah, so they had paper straws, and then all of the bars found a biodegradable plastic straw that was legal. So it ended in like 2 weeks.
That's great.
So New York City, for some reason, it's New York City. So it's like, no, we control you. You have to use the paper straw.
You're doing
or you,
what we say.
or you get fined and we shut down your business. It's obviously Florida. Ron DeSantis predominantly red, so these small, like Lakewood, Ohio is like that for Cleveland, Cincinnati, Columbus, all very liberal in a red state. Florida, I think, is a little bit more red than Ohio. But
we're getting there.
Vivek is going to bring us back.
Yes, Vivek, vote for Vivek.
Because here's what
Vivek
we're hoping:
Ramaswamy.
is we're hoping that maybe some of the Democrats, after Vivek becomes governor, we're hoping that maybe some of those governments or those Democrats will just move to other liberal government states like New York.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And then we just be
Like
red.
legit.
Yeah.
Can we have like a Can we have like a political trade? Like, hey, we'll give you 20,000 Ohio liberals, give us 20,000 New York conservatives.
Well, that's what the Civil War was. It was maybe want to be two different countries.
But no, but
Well, you know how
we're not
it's
going to
like,
have a
we
civil
want our own
war.
rights,
We're just
you
going to
do
do.
you.
We're going to do a straight up trade. Here you go. You take 20 liberals. We'll take 20,000 conservatives.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Get the trade deadline right before the midterms.
yeah.
The trade deadline.
Ohio just pulled off the greatest trade of the century.
Yeah.
So you know how you know how like over in Britain they got the Brexit. You know, the conservatives want to separate.
My brother lived in the UK for 3 years during COVID, and it turned him so Republican because he didn't have freedom of speech. He had to take the vaccine.
Right.
And I remember when he came back from college, he was like hardcore, like right. It was, I wasn't mad about it, but I just thought it was funny. But go ahead, what were you saying?
So you have Brexit over in England. On the East Coast, you have the black conservatives, thanks to Candace Owens and the Blexit movement. So here's what I think. I think the Democrats need a movement. And what they need to do is they need to move into their own states and leave all the red states, and they could call it the blue sick. As they blue sick their ass the hell out of here. It's time for them to go. Blue sick. That's it. Blue.
Hey, by the way,
we need a blue sick.
Speaking of that, of different races, didn't the white women vote 52% for Trump this year? Right? Am I right about that?
Maybe.
Maybe.
I don't trust any polling.
I don't trust the
but
polling
yeah,
either.
it could have
If
happened.
that polling's true, I'm proud of our white women.
Yeah.
Good job, white girls.
Yeah, that I can see
Thank
it.
you, white girls, for voting for Trump.
There's
I'm
people.
I'm willing to bet Beetlejuice voted for Trump.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah, there's women I know who I knew were liberal, crazy liberal, and I knew them in music and stuff. And now they had boys, they had sons, and they're conservative because they're like, I don't want my son going to school and being told he can be a woman. Like it's
or
like that.
not just a woman, or told that he could be a cat.
Yeah, like whatever. But you know what I mean? Like I don't want my kid like do this stuff on your own time. I don't want it. Like when you pay money to send your kid to a Catholic school, you want them to have a Catholic, like
Catholic,
not a public,
you
not a
want Christian
liberal.
Catholic education.
right?
Yeah, you want like a conservative-ish, base.
Christian
So when they go to
education.
college, they don't get radicalized by all the bullshit in college. But most of these schools, all these schools, because of Obama and the propaganda, and yet all these Ivy League schools became like, oh, we have to make you liberal so you do well in college.
Yeah.
And that's why our education system is just such in a terrible spot.
And it just
hopefully Linda McMahon can save it. But
yeah, hopefully. And that's what I told. Well, that's what I told a lot of people, because like a lot of people talk about Vivek, how he wants to get rid of the property taxes, and people don't realize when you start paying your property tax and you don't have a mortgage anymore, you'll see how much money goes to the schooling that you realize that's getting wasted.
Especially in Cleveland. Yeah.
It's pathetic, dude. Like
It's
like
3/4 of our
yeah,
property
like
taxes.
literally, like okay, even if you want to say we're not
3/4.
going to completely get rid of property taxes, but we're going to get rid of a majority of that, I'm cool with it, because it's ridiculous, dude. That I don't even have kids, and a majority of my property taxes goes to some kids, some little
And if
shit
you
stain.
did-
Goes to some
And
little
if you
shit
did, they wouldn't
stain.
be able to read or write when they
Yeah,
graduate.
goes to some little shit stain who's not even going to learn how to read or write anyway, and it's just going to be a disrespectful punk regardless.
Yes, but especially that the Cleveland schools, I grew up with I had family members that worked for it. So
I went
like
to
it just
Cleveland
was so
schools.
dysfunctional.
I graduated from the Cleveland
I
schools
graduated from Marshall.
Yeah, but you graduated
in
when it was still probably
1988.
oh yeah, so
No,
you're
no,
still
there was a shithole then too, dude.
I know, but now, I'm just talking about the culture. I'm talking about the culture, not like when my
Well,
friends.
it was still a loser culture, dude. It was all about government, everything, dude.
Yeah.
They were seriously. I had a teacher. Her name was Miss Close. She taught urban studies, and she literally. I was 13 years old, dude. I just came out of a Lutheran school, and I culture shock. I'm at Martin Luther King Junior High School on 73rd and Huff, and I've got this white liberal woman telling me how I should be ashamed of myself because of slavery, and I'm thinking.
Oh wow,
owned
that was going on back then.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. It started in the 70s.
Oh,
bro.
dude, they started all this hippie bullshit movement.
the
back in
hippie
the
bull.
days,
Yeah,
bro.
he's right. Yeah, the hippies were like, dude, they were so full of white guilt. It's like, and I told her straight up, I was like, look, I get it. You feel guilty about being white. But my family all came here at the turn of the century. Slavery was already over by then.
Yeah,
so there's
mine was
nobody-
1930s.
there was nobody in my family responsible for slavery. And whatever ancestry I do have that goes back to the South in Virginia, we're too poor to own slaves anyway.
I don't even hey, listen to
Nobody
this.
understands
I don't even give a fuck.
1% of the population of the South. 1% of the South. That makes about
I don't even give a fuck.
It's the corporation.
I don't even give a fuck.
Corporations today.
I don't even.
Walmart would have slaves.
I don't even.
It was 1850.
I don't even give
Yeah,
a
it was
fuck.
crazy,
I don't even
man.
give a fuck if my family was the largest slave owners in the world. I don't give a fuck because I wasn't around
It's
back
over.
then.
Yeah, who cares?
I wasn't around
Yeah, it's
back
over.
then. I had nothing to do with it. I can't change it. Go fuck yourself if it fucking upsets you. I don't care.
Yeah,
If you're upset about slavery, you have too much time on your hands and too much fucking thought process on the wrong shit.
Yeah.
So here's what the
Focus
liberals
on
don't
your own day-to-day
understand.
life.
This is what the liberals don't understand. Okay, they think that the right peddles hate. Haven't we been accused of that?
No,
we've been accused of being
that's just because
peddler,
that's because we peddle
That's
the
an
truth.
understatement.
Well, okay, but that is definitely
Been
an
accused of
understatement.
everything.
Yeah, of course. I'm just trying to set a tier here.
Yeah.
So then I would say that the white liberal has been the peddler of self-hate.
Yeah.
They hate
of course.
themselves.
I mean, I just think
themselves.
they're the peddlers of retardation.
Well, that too. I mean, obviously they're into.
But no, I know, like
But you know what I'm
people who go to
saying, right?
school and they
Yeah.
think they're smarter than everybody and they're academics and they're intellectuals.
Right.
It's like you're actually ruining your everyday life and your mental health by like moping over shit that you cannot control. You cannot
Right.
control the end of the planet. You cannot control the weather. You
Can't
cannot
control genders.
You can't control. Yeah. You can't make believe
Yeah.
as an adult. You can't walk around. Yeah.
And riding bicycles and riding bicycles and walking everywhere and giving up gas combustion engines isn't going to change climate change. You want
Right.
to know why?
Exactly.
Because the answer is right in the name.
Yep.
Change.
Yep.
The only thing
Yeah.
consistent on this planet is change.
Yep.
So why would the
Exactly.
climate be any different? Why? It wouldn't.
It's true.
We're about to have some volcanoes erupting because they haven't erupted in 600 years.
Yeah.
It's erupting right now.
Yeah,
over in
but
Russia.
guys,
what it
Chuck
does.
Schumer. No, listen, Chuck Schumer needs a new pool.
Oh.
Okay.
So we got to pay higher taxes.
Fuck.
I'm just kidding.
All right. Let's
Oh,
get him
God,
a new.
yeah.
That's what's important.
Let's get
Yeah,
Schumer the
fucking
groomer a new
Hey,
pool.
guys, AOC wants to go to the Met Gala with Kendrick Lamar.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
Wow.
Who cares if I get murdered going to Yankee Stadium in the Bronx?
Yeah.
That's
At
right.
least AOC has a new pool.
Right. Who cares if people are getting torched with flamethrowers in the subway?
And there's a lot to be said for spending $200,000 on a dress that says "tax the rich."
She didn't even pay for it.
Especially when she grew up.
Isn't she getting in
She's
trouble
from
for it?
upstate New York.
Yeah, she's a little nepo baby.
Yeah,
But that's how the rich kids I knew from the suburbs, because I grew up in a nice suburb, but family issues, and then I was in
Right.
Cleveland. But they're all really liberal because they didn't have a really diverse background. They feel guilty
No.
about it, so they don't have that experience where I see what happens when you tell people you're the victim and all your problems are responsible because of this guy. And then me and Tom go to McDonald's on West 117th and get called racist for no reason. This is just like, and I'm just, being facetious, but look what happened when the NBA became a Black Lives Matter advertisement. I mean, like LeBron James is telling me, the king of Cleveland who plays for the Lakers, is telling me to like burn down Tower City, It's
Right.
like,
and hate yourself for being white.
yes. So like these people get so wrapped up in the propaganda and we didn't teach propaganda. I learned about it with my freshman year history teacher, but we didn't teach the dangers of domestic propaganda because it was illegal up until 2012 in the Obama administration.
Yeah.
Passed a bill and then all of a sudden social media went from here's me and my girlfriend, here's a picture of my dinner, to oh my God, there's the civilization in the Middle East that needs our help, and if you don't support it, we're going to riot. And we're going to block traffic, and that started in 2012.
And if you
If you don't want to free Palestine, we'll kill you.
Yes, you're a literal Nazi, which is a defamatory statement. Nazi, racist, those are heavy words, and they have diluted them to where you have young kids going online being like, yeah, I love Hitler, because they get engagement and they think it's funny because it doesn't mean anything anymore. Now, I'm not saying I endorse whatever. All I'm saying is when you have all the dorkiest people in the world saying you can't say this, you can't say that, well, then everyone who's cool and fun is going to go out and say those things, And I love edgy stand-up comedy, so I like when someone like Tony Hinchcliffe or Shane Gillis says a joke that I find hilarious, and then you see the ladies on The View bitching and whining about it. It makes the joke 10 times better.
Have you ever noticed that Matt Rife kind of gets a pass on all that criticism?
Yeah, because he got plastic surgery and girls think he's hot.
The girls think he's they think
not only that, he started out.
Comedy is just as offensive.
He started out on
Wilding
Out. He started on Wilding Out with all the blacks, so they just give him a pass because that's where they all know him from.
Yeah, well, I mean,
it's the women. Women like him. I don't know many black dudes that like Matt Rife. I don't know any dudes really. It's just women are like, he's so hot.
Yeah, like I've seen like
he was a good comedian, dude.
I've seen like one or two
plastic surgery for a guy. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Don't get plastic surgery because it's like, dude, you're a comedian. What are you, like Michael Jackson? Like, what the? It like ruins his, comedy aura to me. It makes it seem like, look at who's the guy from the 2000s that got really popular? Why is his name slipping my mind?
You're talking about from Waiting. What's his name?
The Burger King guy. Yeah.
Fuck.
The
was a
Burger King guy?
skit. No, the guy who said the joke about being in a. Oh, it's gonna crush me. But he got Botox. I know Tom knows what I'm talking about. He got
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook.
Dane Cook, exactly. Yeah, he got a ton of Botox, and he had it's like, dude, you're supposed to make fun of things and make people laugh. If you look insecure, like look at Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon's a gay guy. He's fat. He used to be a cokehead from New York, but he's funny because he just says shit that's true and hilarious.
Yeah.
You know, like he goes, like he was making. Yeah, like he was making fun of, I don't know, people who hate billionaires in a funny way. Because I don't know. It's just, but it's authenticity. And these people, Howard Stern, Stephen Colbert, they're losing money. They're not authentic. The networks are now realizing the culture has changed. People want to go back to just laughing. And
they want to laugh again. And men want to be men, man. We don't want to be told that we can't be dudes anymore.
Like now,
we want to be told that just because we have toxic masculinity. Well, what toxic femininity?
What do you
Anything
guys
that convinces a boy to cut off his sack, that's toxic femininity. I'm sorry. You know, that's as toxic as it
That's
can
just
get.
toxic. Yeah, that's beyond.
Yeah, it's just
gay.
toxic. I mean,
It's just gay.
No,
It's just gay.
insane.
It's just gay.
It's that too, but it's crazy. It's insane. I mean,
You know what though? I'm gonna say this. Listen,
hold on. Take a few pills and pump some weight.
Hold on. I'm gonna say this.
Yeah, take some roids.
Hold on.
Roid out. Don't cut off your dick.
I'm gonna say this. As long as they're grown and paying for it themselves, I don't care because I don't want people with those mindsets repopulating in this earth anyway.
Yeah,
that's a good.
We're
point.
talking about minors.
Minors, any minor, they don't know what they're thinking because kids change their mind consistently. Like every 10 seconds. Dude, Caleb's 20 years old and he's changing his mind every 10 seconds about what to do.
Yeah. I mean, I'm 56 and I still change my mind. Maybe not every 10 seconds, more like every 10 days now. But still.
For me, it's like, when am I going to take my nap at 3 or 3:30?
That's right. Exactly. It's usually around 1:30, 2 o'clock. But yeah.
You'll get there, Jim. Don't worry. Give it a couple more years.
Don't worry. Testosterone at 7 a.m., nap time at 2.
Yeah.
The morning shot of tea.
Yeah,
that's right.
Testosterone
and coffee, man. They're great together.
You got to snort the testosterone like a man.
That's right. Yeah, real men snort it. No.
Oh man.
Oh my God.
So Howard Stern for real lost a 500. Was it that his original deal was 500 million and then it came up and then now they're just not renewing it? Is that what happened?
That's a lot of money. That's a
lot. Listen,
that's a ton of money for somebody who's not drawing a crowd anymore.
That is
I know. That's what I'm
life-changing
saying. You're
money.
losing the money.
You know what's crazy
like, no,
too?
You're just racist. It's business.
After he went to Sirius XM, I stopped listening to him because I never had satellite radio ever.
I mean, I have the only thing I listen to is the Ozzy's Boneyard. That's the only channel.
Yeah, I remember that channel. I remember it was called when I first had
it was Ozzy's. It was called Ozzy's Vault.
It was called The Boneyard. Oh, I remember there was The Boneyard, then it became Ozzy's Boneyard, and then there was Liquid Metal.
Yeah, Liquid Metal they still have, but
wow. I'm shocked Sirius is still around with Spotify and YouTube.
It's crazy, right?
Well, I just bought a brand new car, so you get a free 6 months of Sirius radio. Otherwise, I wouldn't know.
Oh yeah, exactly right. But you're not going.
I'm not going to go out and buy it once it's up in November.
I could see why, just for the fact that there's people like Eminem has his own channel on there. And he'll go on there, and then other people from his record company will go on there and do shows and stuff. So I can understand that aspect. But at the end of the day, even you could just go do that on YouTube now and probably make just as much money.
Yeah.
And think about it. Howard's got 2 stations, Howard 101 and Howard 100. One of them plays whatever the one is for the day, and the other one plays all the repeats from whatever. And the truth be told, dude, they really don't get a lot. I mean, honestly, I don't know anybody who listens to either one of those stations on their serial. I can't name one person other than myself. Out of curiosity, I check it out once in a while, but seriously,
He's
I
on
mean,
YouTube, so I would just see it.
yeah,
Right.
yeah, you can just.
So,
we really, it doesn't really need it, honestly.
let me ask you.
And he's not funny anyway.
That was the next
And
question.
Sirius XM won't be around for much longer. Let's be
No,
honest.
You might be
their
right about
satellite
that,
radios-
especially with them
it's-
giving away like 6 months and 12 months for free. Like that's a lot of. That's actually a lot
Freebies.
of content to give away for free, consistent.
Especially when you're paying out
Spotify's
$500
doing
million
the same thing.
contracts.
Right. So
Well, Spotify's doing the same thing, and I can have Spotify on my phone. I can put it on offline mode and listen to stuff on an airplane.
So
I can
let me ask you guys a
my
question.
car generate playlists with AI. Oh, go ahead.
I have two questions. Number one, do you think this is going to ruin Howard Stern's career altogether overall? Or do you think...
No, absolutely not. He's set for life.
Or do you think...
No,
yeah, that's what I'm
he's
saying. Like
already
he's
set.
got so much money, I'd imagine. I would hope he didn't just bust through $500 million out of nowhere. It'd be almost damn near impossible, but not impossible. So... do you think he's going to do another show, like on his own, like his own podcast?
No, but I do think he'll do a podcast for sure, but he's probably gonna write another book. Don't be surprised if Private Parts Part 2 comes out.
So if he does another podcast, now that he's not under the umbrella of lamestream media like Sirius XM, who they're owned by the lamestream
But he
as
become
well,
more edgy.
do you think he'll turn back to his older ways? And
no, I think he's sold out on that.
You think he's done?
Yeah,
you think he's just done? And
he's done. Yeah.
Do you think maybe it's
Howard,
do you think maybe it's not necessarily because, maybe it's more so he's stuck in his ways because he's so old and like he doesn't realize that everything he's pushing is everything that he would have been against 20 years ago.
I think there's a slight amount of guilt there for everything.
Well, see, I think
he probably feels guilty for pushing the narrative of an asshole for all those years.
I think older people though, when it comes to like voting and stuff, they get stuck in their ways and they get I don't want to say stingy about it, but they get arrogant about it. And regardless, I could say something to my grandma, and me and my grandma get along great as fuck, but I could tell my grandma something and she'll completely agree with me but still vote against it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, because like a lot of people are like old school liberals where they're more so kind of like in the hippie-ish type of way, but not necessarily hippies. I don't know how to explain it, but like the old school liberals aren't like these new school liberals. And I think that's what's wrong.
Howard's definitely from the hippie era, though. I mean, he went to college during the height of the, Kent State and all that shit. So, I mean, he literally is their poster child.
My mom's
he was the hippie anti-hippie, and now he's just back to being the lame old hippie. Yeah, honestly,
my mom's a hippie, and she voted Democrat her whole life until Trump, and I didn't even know the first year that she voted for Trump, and then I asked her, I'm like, why'd you vote for him? She's like, I couldn't vote for Hillary. She's evil. She's like, I see it in her eyes.
Yeah, you can definitely see the evil in Hillary. Your mom's right about that. Yeah. You can see the evil in her eyes.
And I feel like I feel like evil women can tell evil women, like, she's evil.
Yeah.
And how did they manage to pick the two most, repulsive women, both personally and politically, as the first two women to ever run?
And now they're trying to.
I think they wanted to lose.
Yeah, now they're trying to push this.
No, I think they're just delusional and thought they were going to rig it again, and like all the propaganda and the celebrities. People don't care about celebrities anymore. We have social media.
Yeah, and so
we all, in a weird way, have paparazzi.
Yeah,
you're right. It's right in our phones and in our hands. And I mean, nobody cares what Hillary Clinton or Kamala or Nancy.
And they're so out of touch and elite and rich, and they're rich off of all of the bullshit that's happened the last 40, 50 years.
Right,
so
and
there's only one other option. Mr. Trump. I got my Trumpomania shirt.
That's right, Trumpomania. Trumpomania, brother.
Got to Hogan's Hangout and go online and buy stuff.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Anyway, but it's just, it's just so crazy how long the woke virus is like just infecting our country.
I thought it would have been exterminated.
Listen,
by now.
I thought after the first 4 months, first 4 months, realizing how much better stuff is right now with just everything damn near across the board, that they would have got it, but they still don't, and they won't, because here's the difference between a majority of liberals and a majority of conservatives. A majority of conservatives, especially me, I wanted Joe Biden to be the greatest president in the world because he's my president. I don't care,
Yeah.
I want him to be a great president. I want him to make us look like we're the thriving country in this world. But he wasn't. And you have to call it for what it is. And people say, oh, that's out of hatred. No, nobody said things out of hatred. We said things out of reality. You guys speak out of hatred. We speak out of reality. And that's what they don't get. That's the biggest drawing line between conservatives and liberals for the most part is
Can I say?
Yeah,
Can
go
I
ahead.
say something in addition to that, Bird?
Yeah.
I would have to say that you're absolutely right as far as that we do want the president, no matter who he is, to do the best job they can do. But I got to be honest, when it came to Joe Biden, he had a career record of just being a total
loser.
fuck up, man.
A loser.
Dude,
Being a complete loser.
and I was just like, there is no way this guy is going to be a good president.
Yep.
He couldn't even be a good senator. He couldn't even be a good politician. And
they had to install him.
Yeah.
And
Had to install him. He couldn't win on his own. They had to use mail-in ballots. They had to use the COVID area.
And they were going to try doing it again till Trump exposed them at the debate.
We had all these lawyers everywhere ready to go in Philadelphia. There's 3 U-Hauls that pulled up, and I went, oh my God, they're going to do it. They didn't get away with it. Trump came out at like 2 or 3 in the morning. Yeah. Me and Tom were texting each other. We fucking did it. Yeah. I was getting my hotel ready for the inauguration. I couldn't believe, it's... it was
Joe Biden was
what a campaign though.
Clearly an
what
idiot.
A campaign,
dude. It was a great one. It was great,
dude. This last campaign, and again, we're going to go back to. I know I've said this several times in the show in the past. As much as I resented the 2020 steal, and I'm going to say it, and I know
I'm glad we got Trump now.
They stole the election.
We have Trump longer.
That's right. I'm an election denier from 2020. Yep. I deny that they won that. There's no way America was that stupid to vote for someone like Joe Biden.
No.
There's just no way. They'll never convince me differently.
Me either.
With that said, the best thing that happened to this country was the 4 years of Joe Biden because it woke us up. It awakened the woke.
Yep.
Some of them. Not all of them, obviously. Most of them probably not. But it awakened a ton of the woke. But it definitely opened the eyes of conservatives. And it made us come out strong, hard,
it really did.
Continuously fighting. We wouldn't take no for an answer. And we certainly weren't going to take loser for we weren't accepting loser status either.
No.
Just wasn't going to happen.
No, it wasn't
God bless America. God bless America.
Yeah.
God bless Trump.
Yeah.
See, I got my Trump hat on, too. For all you liberals, that's for you.
Is that one of the golf hats? Oh, no. I thought it was like that little logo from his tower.
No, it's
Have
Trump
you been to his tower?
It's Trump with the fingers. See it?
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah. Can you see it now?
It's just Have you been to Trump Tower in New York City?
No, I just walked past it about 3 weeks ago.
Oh, you should. The restaurant's not that expensive. It's nice. I was there 3 years ago.
We were actually on her because we had to meet somebody at Times Square at 42nd because he was getting off the train. So we actually were walking, but yeah, we walked right past Trump Tower several times actually while we were there. I've never officially been in it though. Maybe we should do that sometime.
Yeah, that'd be sweet.
Yeah. It's cool.
We could
I like to
open
go there. Like if I'm going to if I have something to do and it's the summer, it smells nice. They blast the AC and no one's in there because everyone in New York hates him. So you don't have to worry about getting robbed or anything.
Right.
Absolutely. We go in there, have a couple of drinks and or a couple of sodas in my case, and hang out at Trump Tower.
A couple of Trump waters. Everything is Trump out there. I love it.
Hell yeah! I mean, and get one to go too, so I can put it up on the wall.
That's great.
We can put it up on the moratorium back here. So, what are we watching next, Bird? What clip you got rolling for us?
I
just saw prime time.
So this is
there he is.
There he is.
The result of.
Look at the guy in the glasses holding him back.
He's laughing.
Sorry.
Look at he's laughing.
Excuse me, sir.
He's laughing.
He's like,
can I help you? Come with me, sir. Come with me. So go ahead. You go ahead and explain it, Bird.
I feel like
tell our
Alex
audience.
Stein is like the result of people like Howard Stern who decide to want to be that edgy, but then go so far liberal that like there's no coming back. Alex Stein just started off completely conservative and has just been growing and rising in popularity more and more and more and more. And he even got himself to get on CSNBC and
That's awesome.
trolled them live.
So let that clip
We just
roll,
watched the
Bird.
speaker gavel out with a whole lot of anger, Kelly. Here's the state of play. Here's the CNBC sucks. Hey, how are you?
MSNBC sucks. MSNBC sucks.
Sometimes this happens, and
The
we
guy in
understand
the
that that
glasses
can
like, "Can I
happen.
talk to you
And while
for a
we love
second?"
free speech, we're going to keep control here.
I love free speech too.
Oh my
That was
God.
great.
He
I
is
could watch
such
that
a
a
troll.
thousand times, man.
Anthony Cumia said this, and I said this about Alex Stein. This is why he follows me on X, and I'll talk. I want to go on his podcast and Blaze TV so bad, and I think it's in Dallas or something. But he has the biggest balls. He goes to trans rallies and just walks into them and goes, "You can't. You're not a fucking." And then he goes to anywhere and just. Trolls them, but not in like a safe way. And like he says what it's like, it's just so great.
He
If you
says
don't-
what
if you're
we're
watching
thinking. He
this,
literally
haven't
says what
seen
we're thinking.
Yeah, he
Yes,
says
if you're
what
watching
America
this-
wants to say, but most of
Prime
them can't.
time. Another reason why we don't need Fox News anymore. Primetime 99 on YouTube is the funniest podcast you will watch.
Well-
I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
Look,
that is.
look,
No, Alex
hold on.
has got
Look
a
at
great
this.
show.
Look, he's still talking shit.
Yeah, what's he saying? What's he saying?
I don't know. Hold on.
Rewind it a little
You
bit.
do that job.
We can.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
We're going to get a control of this and come back to you when we can.
Fair enough. Fair enough. And we recognize people are.
Why is that?
He
Listen,
said they should be stewed.
did you see that guy? Did you look? He's trying to like hide him, like he's taller than him or
Yeah,
something.
but he's like
Yeah, yeah,
shorter than Stein.
Look at this, look at this,
Got like
this.
a foot on his ass.
Look at this scene right here. We
Look
just
at
got
this.
him right in the background. He crashed out in an airport because they wouldn't give him a hotel. So he went on his phone and was like, "This DEI lady won't give me a hotel." Like, just that was great.
That's great.
But then the police couldn't kick him out because it was free speech. But then they did get it. Like he's Alex Stein's one of a kind.
Here's another.
Definitely.
Here's another one of a kind thing that he just recently did.
yourself. Go ahead.
My name's Alex Stein. I'm considered one of the sexiest men in conservative politics, and
By the way, he usually says on Primetime 99 Alex Stein on the grind all the time. And that's like his
And then he goes, and then I love when he goes, "I'm pro LGBTQ. I have to be. I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan."
one thing I want to say, a lot of people are going to hear my testimony and you're going to say you're anti-LGBTQ. I want to say that's impossible because I'm a Dallas Cowboys fan. So obviously I have a lot of gay pride, but conservatives like yourself, you want to outlaw transgenders in women's sports. I disagree. I like transgenders in women's sports because you can gamble on them and win money. I won so much money on Leah Thomas's propeller in that pool. I almost turned draft kings, into draft queen.
That's so great. Oh my God, he's hilarious.
The greatest thing is he goes to these city council meetings. As long as he's not threatening them or causing harm to anybody, he can literally pretty much say whatever he wants, and they have to just let him talk.
Pretty much.
It's like
I
mean,
whether they like it or not.
Imagine being a city council member, like pre-cell phones and social media, and when no one gave a shit, you didn't ever have to deal with an Alex Stein. And now that we have X and people like Alex, you might go viral one week and your whole life has changed.
That's
right.
So funny.
I love it. They can't be comfortable anymore. They can't rip us off.
No. We are definitely disrupting their comfort zone.
I like his idea for the trans people too. Honestly.
Yeah, I know. I don't think he's done talking about about it yet.
No,
And,
let the clip
I
roll.
actually like transgenders in the military too, because first of all, transgenders are some of the meanest people on planet Earth. So they make a good soldier, don't you think? And then, second of all, transgenders love to do mass shootings. So that's perfect for a military veteran. And then on top of that, the suicide rate is incredibly high among transgender people. So we could just use them like the Taliban has suicide bombers. Maybe you guys can actually, if you commit suicide, actually help us in the battlefield. So that would be good. So I think we need transgenders in the military and women's sports. Now, when we come to the bathroom bill, though, this is an asymmetrical problem because, first of all, no dude cares if like a bisexual woman comes in there and tries to use like a pee funnel. Some lady boy comes in there.
Some lady boy.
You just see some lady one. You just see some bisexual. What? It doesn't. He said bisexual chick. Like a bisexual chick's gonna look any different than a regular chick, other than the pink hair, the nose ring, and the glasses and stuff.
And the pee funnel.
Yeah, and the pee funnel. But he said she's gonna come in with a pee funnel. That's fucking hilarious.
Or some,
my
stud
God.
comes in there, wants to pee in the urinal.
Some
No guy's going to be
stud.
threatened by, a trans woman. But we don't want these gargoyles in a dress, some chick with a dick coming in there and trying to pee or poop next to my girlfriend because that's disgusting. And, I was going to say something. Listen, I have my First Amendment right. Let me just say. So, we're sick of these transgenders trying to invade women's personal spaces. These people have autogynephilia, they're sexual perverts, and they actually get satisfaction from going there and looking under a stall. So, these are
Hey,
Look at the mentally ill peanut gallery.
These are all mentally ill people. I love it. Oh my God. Look at that. That little group of people is that loud? Holy shit.
It
They
sounds
are
like
some
it's
loud
one
fuckers,
person.
man.
That's why people are afraid to criticize them because
I guess when you speak in soprano all the time, you do have a pretty loud, high voice.
mentally ill people that are on hormones, that are on all kinds of pills, they're impulsive, and they do not belong in a women's restroom. So if some of you lesbians want to come in and pee next to me,
big-haired
you're
chick
more
is
than
probably
welcome. So
freaking out.
we just don't let the chicks with dicks in the women's room.
she's boiling inside right now. Like she's got pink hair, but like the inside of her is red, boiling blood right now.
You goddamn right. She's fucking dying. She just wants to be like, get this guy out of here. I want to kill him. I'm sorry. I want to unalive him.
Oh yeah, we've got
People
a
get him
system.
on YouTube. Sorry, I didn't mean to use the K word.
You guys are all welcome in the men's
The
room.
K word.
I think that works.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Mr. Covey, well,
Dude, Alex Stein is
he's great. He's been great. He got me
He's
through
great.
Biden.
is he like
I'd watch him. He's on at 7 or 8 from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Always has good guests. He's had everyone from Joe Exotic to like wrestlers to politicians that are currently, and he had Nancy Mace on last
so?
night.
Who do you
So
think
it's
has the
entertaining.
more random guest, him or Theo Von?
Those are two different. Theo Von's like at a celebrity status.
Yeah, he wore
Where he's like, and he was on MTV The Real World or something back in the day. So like, he's like Alex Stein's just straight from politics, and he's on Blaze.
Yeah.
So I'd have to go with Theo Von because Theo Von's Theo Von's a product of Joe Rogan
right.
Yeah.
because he would go on his podcast that
And
people
he's
thought
also
that Joe Rogan.
He's also a product of his addictions too, which which he's very
Talks
open
about
about and very honest about, and it it definitely molded and shaped who and what he is for sure. Yeah.
I remember his one joke. He said, "What?" They asked me, "What's my favorite type of weed?" Cocaine.
What's my favorite kind of what?
He said, somebody asked him what his favorite kind of weed was. He said, cocaine.
Fair enough.
Remember when he was telling President Trump about what cocaine is like?
Yeah.
Trump was like, is it more of the addictive one? Or is that one hard? Is that one hard to stop doing once you do it?
Do you really like it? Do you like it a lot?
Trump's just asking the most basic questions.
Theo Von, the tweaker. Oh my God, tweakers and
Well, Hunter Biden's 3-hour interview. Now that the Bidens are out, they're not a threat anymore. I thought him talking about what crack was like was really entertaining. And I'm like,
Yeah.
like this guy's got to be the most rowdy child of a president in United States history. I mean, he's just like, yeah, I do art and bang hookers and do cocaine and actually crack and cocaine are better than alcohol. And I was like, oh, I mean, if you want to get technical
about it, we love the cocaine.
Yeah, he really was trying to normalize smoking crack, wasn't he? He really tried. He just because he's trying to normalize himself. He says, "Hey, I'm just like you. I'm a junkie. I'm a crackhead. I'm just like you." It's like,
and my parents are millionaires,
and my parents are multimillionaires who steal from the government in Ukraine.
Right.
I had to throw that in there. Anyway, but yeah, dude, it's like it almost seemed to me like he was trying to normalize his behavior so that he could be more acceptant of himself.
Yep, but guess what? We don't accept you, mother sucker.
Yeah, honestly, I don't care. He could go do every drug on the planet. He can snort meth up his asshole for all I give a shit. But the truth be told, he's still a lunatic.
Yeah.
Who was sweating like a retard at a spelling bee while weighing crack on a table, flipping his Glock around like he was fucking Wild Wyatt Earp or some shit. Yeah. So, I mean, you know what I mean? It's like, come on, dude. Like, what were you thinking, man? Like, and then he put it on a video. Like, crazy. It's like, come on. He's a Gen Xer. He knows better than that.
Yeah.
We did all kinds of shit but you know what we didn't do? We didn't film ourselves on a laptop with a Glock, a crack pipe, a fucking scale, and a 2-bit hooker sitting next to us. We might have had all of that, but you ain't gonna find it on video. What a dumbass. He was just a literal dumbass.
Yeah,
I know. He's like a stereotype of what happens when a rich kid can do whatever they want.
Yeah,
pretty much.
And that's what
he was right. He got to do whatever he wanted because what was his consequence?
The
White House.
He gets to do a bunch of podcasts.
After 3 years, they got to give him his Glock back too. Think about that.
Damn.
His mental illness can only be held against him for 3 years, according to the Knicks.
That's been a gun thing. Yeah.
Yeah. So if
you go to like a psych unit, you have like 2 or 3 years until you can buy a firearm again or whatever.
Right. Yeah. So and he's kind of in the same. He's probably beyond that 3 years now. He's got to get past his pardon too.
Yeah. But he's also Hunter Biden, so he can just text somebody and get whatever he wants to do.
Oh, he's probably already got his Glock back. I'm sure they probably gave him his Glock and his freaking his crack pipe.
Yeah. And his bank account.
They should put it in a museum. Yeah. Here's the president's son. Remember that crazy
Hunter's crack
pipe.
We could put it in the Smithsonian.
Yeah, I was gonna say put it in the Smithsonian. It can like rotate in a glass box.
Or maybe put it in if Joey B ever does get a presidential library, if somehow or another that happens. They could put his crack pipe and his Glock right there in a souvenir case. They could put it right next to the Annabelle doll.
Yeah.
Fucking Joe Biden, man. Joey B.
The greatest
Jimmy
mistake
Carter.
ever.
Yes, he definitely was the greatest mistake ever and probably the most ridiculously hilarious one.
Hey, at least we didn't get stuck with Mike Pence for another 4 years.
Oh, and at least we didn't get stuck with Kamala. It could have been a lot worse. Could you imagine that?
Oh, man.
Now you've got dementia with the loaded vodka bottle.
Oh man!
Think about that.
Oh my God!
We dodge a and Tampon Timmy. Oh my Lord!
Right.
Oh my God! Yeah, he's.
Oh my!
I mean, I just.
Oh,
what a loser!
Like they wanted to lose.
What a loser!
Like they wanted to lose. I mean,
I'll be
like
honest.
the dorkiest Twitter guy. Can you imagine Putin and Tim Walz negotiating?
Yeah.
Tim Walz is like walking in and flailing his fingers, and Putin's like, "Who's this gay guy?" And he just runs over him.
I would have to believe Putin would just bend him over and start spanking him.
Yeah. Like just literally.
He's like, who is this guy? He just
give me money.
Just start spanking him and stuff.
Give me money.
Timmy. I thought the dude was going to blow his sack off trying to load his shotgun. Seriously,
that's hilarious.
First of all, little rule of hunting: you don't wear brand new hunting clothes when you go hunting. You want to know why? Because you'll freak everybody out. They'll know you're a newbie, and they're going to be like, oh, my God, this guy's going to shoot somebody in the face with target shot. So, no, you wash those clothes and make them look like they were used. Not Tampon Timmy, nope. He still had he still had the crinkles in his vest.
Because he probably literally just bought it on the way to going to do whatever his photo was.
I'm sure he hit the Walmart in the same neighborhood he was going freaking hunting.
I could fix a carburetor.
Hunting. Yeah, carburetor my ass. Yeah.
Hey guys, I can fix a carburetor.
That dude couldn't even shine a carburetor, let alone fix one.
What a fucking nerd, dude. I swear, that's what's wrong with the Democrats, dude. They throw the nerds at them. Like, oh, here, hey, take this fucking lane.
So like everybody else
Here, gravitate to this
I don't want to be
lane.
affiliated.
They should have just gave Dylan Mulvaney the nomination. I mean,
Right.
at least then you know exactly what
He's
you're
more
getting.
of a man than Tampon Timmy.
That's right, he is. Dylan Mulvaney's got more balls than
Or
Tampon Timmy.
testosterone.
Yeah,
Oh, my
more
God.
testosterone than Tampon Timmy.
And he
and
takes
Howard Stern combined.
estrogen pills.
Yeah, he does.
Oh man,
He does. He does take estrogen. You know, maybe Bud Light was onto something. Maybe we're not. Maybe we're not looking.
I wish
into
like
it deep enough.
AI. I wish AI was so advanced that it could tell us what it would have been like if Kamala Harris was president.
I'm sure it would be. I'm sure AI could tell us. It would be a very horrible
Like
experience.
socialism.
The inflation, socialism would be rampant. Inflation would be high. Interest rates would be even higher, and your life
I
would be
think
a
people
miserable
would
hell.
move. People would move to red states like they did during COVID.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
be like a
I
mass
wouldn't doubt it.
migration.
I wouldn't doubt it.
I mean, I'll be honest with you. If I lived in a blue state, I would move to a red state. It just so happens
Oh,
God
yeah.
bless me with a red state.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
Thank God
I
we
mean,
went red and stopped being
both
a
of my
state.
yeah, both my states are red. God knew what He was doing. He was like, we know where red belongs. Anywhere along I-75, except for Michigan. Except for Michigan. But anywhere south of Toledo on I-75 or 71, that worked for Ed. God knew this. He knew this, man. He knew this. That's why I was born in Ohio. Cornbread and corn-fed.
I love it. I love Ohio. People hate Ohio. I love it. I don't care what anybody says. The only thing I can't stand
They
is
only hate us because they ain't us.
I just don't like when the weather's fucking 90 degrees one day and the next day it's 55 and damn near ready to blizzard.
Yeah, I know. I can't do the dark at 5, no leaves on trees.
Yeah.
Like that's why I have to be in Florida on Christmas and October and shit. Because it just, especially when you have the option.
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I didn't have the option, so I just dealt with it. But now I don't.
Yeah.
So
I mean,
it's like, do I want to?
If I could snowbird it again, I would, man. I just can't because I have too much responsibilities here. But if I could, like, I'll tell you what, when, you know, there will come a day where I'm going to be able to do that again.
Yeah.
Where I can spend my winters down in Florida. I mean, will I go back to Moon Lake and Newport Richie? No. Hell no. That place is a jungle now. But you know, it used to be really nice, but it's, you know, it's just not the case anymore. But there's definitely other places where I could go, like Homosassa, Citrus, Ocala. Ocala's got it going on, man. They even got their own dispensary now.
Ocala's nice. Ocala's really nice.
Yeah, I like Ocala.
So many people moved there during COVID, though, that they almost couldn't handle it.
Right.
Because it was like a nowhere horse town. It was like just for horse farms, people with horses. I think John Travolta has a house there because he's like likes to isolate. Now you have so many people who moved to Ocala because there's a bunch of real estate, and the locals hate it.
Yeah,
because some of those people are some of those people, something's wrong with them, and they fled their blue state. They go to Florida, and they still vote blue. And I've talked to a lot of people like that, and they drive me nuts.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's like, wait, but you left that. Why would you go vote for that?
Yeah,
somewhere else?
it's just
well, that's like the Islam. It's like the Islams. They leave their country because they feel oppressed and they're looking for a better life. And then they go to that country where they're offered a better life and they still oppress themselves with the rules of their Sharia law. It's like,
yeah.
It's like, what? I mean, there are neighborhoods now, districts in the UK that are literally Sharia law districts.
Like London.
I thought you left that. Why didn't you just keep your ass in Lebanon then? What the hell did you make that move for? I mean, it's like, You went from the desert sun to the cloudy skies for 360 out of 365 days, and for what? To change them? Is that why?
Yeah.
I don't get that, and that's the Democratic Party. They got to change everybody into their way of thinking, no matter how failed their policies and thought process is.
Well, look,
they still got to try to convert the rest of us.
Look how much they try and push 1% of the population on everybody.
This is all I got to say to them right there.
Yeah.
I think Donald Trump can say it best for me.
But look how
I won't have to use the word today.
Look how much they push all this LGBTQ shit on everybody when it's like what 1-2% of the population, if that.
Well, for as far as transgenders, I don't even think they're 1%. I think they're
I just don't understand why. I don't understand why they make it such a big deal and such a prerogative to push this on everybody.
Because they're trying to feminize men, because they want men in America to be submissive, because in order for the communists to take over our country, men with guns are really hard to occupy.
That's very true.
But men who are willing to give up their sacks and their packs are very easy to control.
Ooh-wee.
Yep.
Well, so it is what it is, man.
I think we're gonna end it on that one, right? You guys think we're good on that one?
Yeah, I think
I think
that about said it all, didn't it?
Yeah. All right. Well, everybody, we really appreciate you guys stopping by. Jimmy, thank you for stopping by and being a guest. Without God, none of this is possible. Yeah, for sure. Without God, none of this is possible. So I just want to give my biggest thanks to him, and I'm going to give it to you, Ed.
All right. Well, as always, Bird, thanks for making this possible every week, because without you, we don't have this. Our audience, as always, without you, we are no one. And Scully, thanks for joining the show with us. I hope you become a regular appearance on the show, because it keeps it interesting. And most importantly, I would like to thank my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. And with all that, good night, y'all.
All right, everybody. Have a good one. Peace.